What's the word with the politickers? Bricc Baby came to a plea agreement. He gonna be sentenced in December, right before Christmas. He has some artillery over there for a rainy day, man. Look like things going in his favor though. I believe he only getting charged for one of the pistols. I don't know the details of his plea or how that worked out for him, but it's looking solidified. Eddie Boy got the work in front of him. He says Zaire ain't do no talking. You can't tell Kaz Jones that. Whack like hell no. Blood working on power. Y'all know if there's anything Whack hate, he hate to be wrong. He was the one that initially put that shit out there. Like Bricc Baby over here at work. The feds ran in there and took a chopper from him. What's up with that, blood? We need answers. Whack was on the podcast every Sunday with Adam, letting the whole No Jumper universe know that Bricc Baby working. Bricc was letting that shit linger a little too long if you ask me. The YouTube streets and certain trolls just ran with it. But now it's all on the table. Whack or Bricc ain't nowhere near Big U paperwork. It was all speculation and narratives just being driven by the YouTube streets for real. Bricc had a few outbursts on the podcast, Kill Squad and a couple other scenarios, but he nowhere near loose cannon when it come down to this podcasting, putting himself in a twist and shit. One thing that come to mind is when Whack brung up Big U case from Vegas. Bricc was like, hell no. I'm sick, so I'm out of here. He bounced up and walked off camera. Adam like, wait, where's he going? What happened? He started putting two and two together like, oh shit, it's a problem here. In the moment, he really didn't understand. By hindsight 2020, now that Bricc locked up, he like, damn, that was foul. He really looked at him as his friend. Or do we? Shit, I thought he looked at 4 Extra as a friend too. But if it ain't about the money? Young Thug, Adam don't care. Eddie Boy gave us a little more insight on the case. Let's check it out though.
Assalamu alaikum, people. Hope everybody doing well on this Monday morning. Nice, sunny. Everything being viable. We got a little work right here, and we're gonna talk about Zaire Mitchell. Zaire Mitchell, Bricc Baby. As of September 5th, 2025, the brother Zaire Mitchell plea agreement has been held. The change of plea held and completed, which Bricc Baby has took a plea deal for count 2. And if you brothers been following this case, count 2 is the 9mm that he got caught with. But this is the kicker that, okay, count 2. He's been charged with, it's a Ruger 38 caliber, it's a 9mm, it's an AK 26 round, 32 rounds of ammunition, 60 rounds of ammunition, 31 rounds of ammunition, 36 rounds of ammunition, a 45 caliber, and an extra cartridge. So that's count 2, right? Now, they have the items listed here, and for some reason, I don't know if this brother pleaded for all this right here, because if he pleaded for all this right here in the blind, I don't think that was a good move, unless it's something other circumstances that's going to take place dealing with this right here. But me personally, I don't get it, but I know sometimes people have to do what they have to do. At this point, Bricc Baby doesn't have anything that somebody say he's bad or anything like that. I don't know what happened behind closed doors. I know that he did sit down with them people initially when he got cracked a long time ago, because he's the one that came out and said that the brother Big U was up under investigation, dealing with that hot one and dealing with the financial crimes in that nature like that. So, you know, when you're dealing with this federal government, everything becomes tricky. And you can go to the penitentiary and they can bring you back and you can testify on somebody. I'm not saying he is and I'm not saying he's not, but them one of the options that may be placed on the board, or another option, he just basically said, okay, man, I'm tired of being up in here. I'm gonna go do my time and I'm gonna keep it moving. Okay, but on December 19, 2025 at 9 p.m., he's gonna get his time. And we know for a fact that Bricc Baby been to jail before. He been caught with pistols before. He's an felon. He gonna have all type of stuff. If you've been to that federal penitentiary, you're gonna understand what he's up against and what he's facing. So I don't know what the guidelines may be. Maybe you guys want to ask somebody about that. But his case number is, if you guys want to go and do the research yourself, his case number is 225CR00132. That's his case number. And you guys can go look it up for yourself. You guys can go down to the federal building. You guys can get the documents yourself. It's easy to go get the documents. It's easy to go in there and use it on the computer. It's easy to type in people names. That stuff is simple. You know, if the case is public record, it's going to be public record. If dudes have declarations up in there, you're going to see the declarations. If dudes have testimony, you're going to see that. You're going to see the dudes that how they got on. If you dudes out on bond, you're going to see if they got a signature bond, or they got a bond where they had to put a property and things of that nature. All that stuff is up in there when you go pull up certain individuals' information. And this is why it's always to be accurate, you know, when you're dealing with this stuff, man, because a lot of dudes on this YouTube space, and what they do is they put jackets on individuals, bro. And like I was saying about the brother Big U case, Big U case is a delicate case, and his case, just like I said, it's like 3 other different cases in that section over there. You had Doe Eyes and Shice in them case, you had my brother and Petey Wack case, and you had Lil Fee case, and now you have Big U case. So these cases are delicate, and you know, throughout all them cases, you had a lot of individuals, you know, they sat down with them people, and they got to talking about, you know, certain things. Of course, you know, when you get picked up, they're gonna ask about the brother Big U, but they also gonna ask you about a whole lot of other things. And then, even though that, you know, it's a lot of people, they're not gonna be witness against Big U. You have a lot of individual brothers that gave statements, you know, in that case, not even pertaining to what was going on with Big U. So if you brothers don't understand the dynamics of that, because I hear a lot of dudes with this chatter talking about how many people, it ain't that many people over there, it ain't that many people this, and ain't that many people there. But it's funny because they not from over there, and they don't know the history of that section over there. And you know, bro, it's like, even when I talked to Petey Wack, and I was explaining to him, I was like, bro, why you never told the brothers, man, out the section, man, how many dudes told on that case? Because it was way over 100 people that gave statements in Petey Wack and my brother's case. And dudes be thinking that it's not believable, and it is believable, bro. So it's like, that's what happens when, you know, the law enforcement starts shaking the tree. They start running around, they start gaffing other individuals. Dudes get scared, rightfully so, because, man, everybody's not built the same. Everybody's not built for that. Everybody is not gonna be to the point where they're gonna be just tough ass dudes and things of that nature. And then 9 times out of 10, if they bring women up in there, the women gonna have kids. They're gonna, they're gonna threaten the women, talking about taking their kids and things of that nature. So these are the things that come in place, man, when you're dealing with these type of investigations and stuff like that. Even with Bricc Baby, dude's gonna say that, it's just gonna be suspicious. He's taking a deal. He's taking an open plea deal. He don't know how much time he's going to get and things of that nature. So it's always going to be suspicious, man, when you dealing with this stuff. So this is what comes with that element when you out there doing criminal activity, or when you gang banging. You may not be telling, but dude's still going to say or speculate that you're bad because you may get a better deal, or this may happen, or that may happen, and then you got to prove that, and you got to do this and do that. That's too much, man. To me, that's too much. Because if you stay down and you show a sense of loyalty and things of that nature, you still gonna be up under scrutiny, man. It doesn't matter, man. You cut this case, that case, because dudes call dudes rats all day long, every day. They call dudes informants. They call dudes this. They call dudes saying dudes and witness protection programs and all that stuff, man. That just come with it, man. So in 2025, I don't think a lot of brothers really pay attention that, man, dudes don't really care about that stuff no more, bro. Dudes don't care. Dudes is not going to jail for nobody. I'm telling you, I always repeat this. Dudes is not going to jail for nobody anymore. Dudes are not following that old code no more. Dudes are not going to jail for you, bro. So if you're out here and you swinging and you're doing what you need out here, doing what you're doing, and you think you're being slick, bro, you got to be careful, man. My advice for you brothers, man, that's still out here swinging, for you brothers that's doing something, you guys ain't got caught up yet, man, try to go legitimize yourself. Try to go legit, bro. Try to get certain contracts. Try to invest your money into something, brother, that's gonna make sure that you continue to eat the way you're supposed to be eating. But Bricc Baby, his plea deal, he went to court on September 5th. His plea deal is done. He just haven't got sentenced yet. He took for count 2. He pled guilty to count 2. So and I don't think he's gonna get charged with everything in count 2. I think he's only gonna get charged for just a pistol. And hey, man, leave your comments, like and subscribe. If you feel that you have a different opinion or something, alhamdulillah, that's what it is. That's how growth comes, and that's how dialogue starts. But on that note, man, we'll see December 12th when Bricc Baby go back to court. Assalamu alaikum.
What y'all think, man? Bricc took his lick on the chin? Said let's go ahead and get this over with. Or y'all think it's more to the case, and it all surface later on, or in big U trial or something? Shit, if you ask me, I think he kept it solid, man. It's the Bricc, not the trick. He ain't going for no trick bag. Shit, I don't know. I wasn't there, and I ain't his lawyer. It's already set in stone. He just gotta push through that shit solid, Keep his mentality right. Hopefully he got somewhere near the time that he was aiming for, or that he fit with. It don't matter if you cool with the time or not in the judge's eyes. You can hate your sentence or love it. You still gotta walk it off and push solid. Let me know what y'all think though, man. Political street views? No, fake news.